You hear a hawk scream overhead. Every bird nearby freezes. Wings scatter, beaks drop their food, and the sky goes silent. But there's no hawk. There never was. The scream came from a bird the size of your fist, and it just stole someone's dinner. Meet the con artists of the bird world. In the Kalahari, the fork-tailed drongo watches other birds work for a living. Meerkats dig, pied babblers forage. The drongo waits. When it spots a meerkat pulling a fat grub from the sand, it doesn't attack. It lies. It screams a false alarm call, warning of a predator that isn't there. The meerkat drops the grub and bolts for cover. The drongo swoops in and takes the food for itself. Researcher Tom Flower spent years studying this behavior in South Africa, and what he found was stranger than simple mimicry. Drongos don't just have one fake alarm call, they have dozens. Some copy actual predator warnings. Others copy the specific alarm calls of the very species they're deceiving, like a scammer who's learned to imitate your own voice. Here's the twist. If a drongo cries wolf too often, its targets catch on. They stop reacting. So the drongo switches calls. New sound, same lie, restored panic. Flower's research showed drongos can remember which call worked on which individual and rotate their con like a grifter working a small town.
You'd think evolution would eventually catch up with the liar. It hasn't, because the payoff is too good, and the cost of occasionally being ignored is too low. Now picture a different bird, 4,000 miles away, doing something eerily similar. In backyards across North America, the blue jay lets out a piercing, familiar shriek. It sounds exactly like a red-shouldered hawk. Every songbird at the feeder scatters. The jay lands, and the feeder is suddenly all his. Ornithologists at Cornell, including longtime jay researcher Kevin McGowan, have documented this hawk call mimicry for decades. Blue jays aren't just capable of the sound, they deploy it strategically, often right before muscling in on food. Is it always deliberate deception? Researchers are still debating how much is manipulation and how much is simple vocal copying, but the pattern lines up too well to ignore. Why would two unrelated bird families on opposite sides of the planet evolve the same trick? Because lying, if you can get away with it, is cheap. No claws needed, no fight required. Just a convincing voice and a moment of chaos to exploit.
Think about what that means. These birds aren't just mimics, they're reading their audience. They're tracking who believed them last time. They're adjusting the story when the old one stops working. That should sound familiar. You've met people who do exactly this. The coworker who cries emergency to dodge a deadline. The friend who exaggerates just enough to get sympathy, then recalibrates when you stop buying it. Deception that adapts to its audience isn't a uniquely human invention. It's just a strategy, and strategies that work tend to show up wherever they're useful. So next time you hear a hawk scream in your backyard, look twice before you believe it. There might not be a predator at all, just a very small bird running a very old con.